Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So, we will start our PME class. Just tell me what we are discussing in the last class. Income elasticity of demand, or in your section where we are. We have started with price elasticity of demand.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Then last class what we are discussing? Shortage and surplus.
We have to start the new chapter, elasticity.
New chapter. Okay. That is price elasticity of demand. We will start. Okay, then I'll just share you the screen and we will start with. Yeah. So price elasticity of demand we will start with. Okay. Chapter 5 is about elasticity. Tell me what is elasticity? What do you mean by elasticity? Which is an elastic
Flexibility.
product, which is an inelastic. Yes?
Flexibility.
So, ma'am, ability to
Flexibility.
regain.
Just a minute. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So elasticity means flexibility, stretchy, or whatever you can say that which can be changed or given in response to the change in another thing. Means if I am using some force, then if the commodity, if the product can be stretched, then we can say it is elastic. So if it cannot be stretched, then it is inelastic. So that means it is changing in response to some action. Okay. So write down one line. Elasticity measures elasticity measures the relative responsiveness. Elasticity measures the relative responsiveness of one variable, relative responsiveness of one variable to the change in another variable. Okay, to the change in another variable. Second point, elasticity measures the percentage change in dependent variable, the percentage change in dependent variable when there is a change in or in response to a percentage change in response to a percentage change in independent variable. In response to percentage change in independent variable. Okay. In our demand analysis, which is the dependent variable and which is the independent variable? Tell me. In our demand analysis, yes.
Ma'am, price is the independent variable and quantity demanded or supply is the dependent variable.
Very good. So when there is a change in price, how much the quantity demand or quantity supply change? Okay, if it is a case that for any percentage change in price, how much quantity demand changes? When we are talking about change, Change means it can either increase or decrease. When we are talking about the relation between price and quantity, that will remain as it is, because we know that when price increases, quantity demand fall, and vice versa, other things remaining constant. So when price increases by a certain percentage, how much the quantity demand fall by a percentage, by how much percentage? That is what we want to know in elasticity of demand. So that is why we have just, I'm giving you the elasticity definition of price elasticity of demand. What I have told you is a general form. We can come to a specific form, that is the price elasticity of demand. Write down next point. Price elasticity of demand, PED. P.E.D. In short, you can write price elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness of quantity demand to the change in price of a commodity. To the change in price of a commodity. So this is your price elasticity demand, and we can calculate demand elasticity. We have three types of elasticity: price elasticity, income elasticity, and cross price elasticity. Okay, these are the determinants of demand. Tell me, what are the determinants of demand or sectors of demand? Demand curve. Shifters of demand curve. What are the shifters of demand curve? They are otherwise known as determinants of demand. One is own price. Apart from that, what else? Determinants of demand, which determines the demand.
Future expectation.
Yes.
Taste.
And
Taste and preference.
Number of buyers.
Number of buyers.
Income.
Okay, so basically, when the determinant of demand is the price of the commodity. Look at here. When the determinant of demand is price of the commodity itself, means own price, then it is known as price elasticity of demand. When the determinant of or change or independent variable is the income of the consumer, which will affect the demand, then it is a case of income elasticity of demand. When the independent variable is price of a related good, that means if price of X changes, then how much by 10% or 20%, how much the quantity demand of Y will change. If we want to discuss about that, then it is a case of cross price elasticity of demand. Cross price elasticity of demand will find out or will calculate the how much there is a change in quantity demand of a particular good due to the change in price of another good. If price of one good increases, if the two goods are substitute are related goods. If it is substitute, then different type of demand situation will be there. If it is a case of complementary good, then there will be different situation for the quantity demand. Okay, so in case of like suppose price of pizza increases, what happened to quantity demand of burger? If we want to find out how much there is a change, price of pizza, let's say, changed by, means increased by 20%, how much the demand for burger has decreased or increased or remained constant, or what happened? If we want to find out, and by how much, what is the degree of change? So when we try to find out that, that is known as the case of cross price elasticity of demand. Okay, so elasticity of demand will have three types. One is your price elasticity of demand, and the second is your income elasticity of demand. Next is your cross price elasticity of demand. Followed? So these three type of demand we will discuss in detail in our next subsequent analysis. Now come to the how to calculate the price elasticity of demand. Write down the formula for price elasticity of demand equal to percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price or P. So price elasticity of demand equal to percentage change in QD by percentage change in P. Follow? Now tell me how you calculate the percentage change. How you calculate the percentage change?
Ma'am, change in quantity demand by total quantity demanded into 100.
Now, what I am saying, normal method, what you know, suppose in Bhubaneswar, the temperature was 29 degree or 30 degree in daytime. And in the evening, the temperature, or in the night, the temperature is 20 degree. What is the percentage change in temperature? Calculate and tell me. In normal method, what you know? If in the daytime in Bhubaneswar temperature is 30 degree, and in the night time it fall to 20 degree, what is the change in temperature?
Ma'am, 33.33%.
How much?
33.33.
33.3. So how you calculated that? How you find that?
Ma'am, with respect to the first one,
Yeah, just tell me how you change it. The new change, that is new temperature minus the start temperature, new one minus the start one divided by starting point into 100. That is what you are doing in standard percentage calculation, isn't it?
yes, ma'am.
What happened? Anybody else who is having some different answer or same answer?
Same answer.
Same answer. How you calculate that? Just tell me how you calculate percentage. End value minus the start value by the start value into 100. That is what you are doing, or not? Yes, ma'am. So what I am saying, that in economics also we can do that. So price elasticity of demand, when we are trying to find out when the two things are there, normal percentage change, when you are finding these values, you see two way you can do. Percentage change in quantity demand you can find out separately. Percentage change in price also you can find out separately, and then divide it to get price elasticity of demand. Similarly, when we calculate percentage change in price elasticity of demand, we can calculate on your standard method as well as some new advanced method, that is, or a better method, that is called midpoint method. So before going to that, we will start with our standard method, which how you calculate if this is the value that given if P1, P2 corresponding P1 and Q1. Suppose this is a demand curve is given, and if quantity demand of a commodity falls by 15%, and if due to which there is a 10% increase in its price, due to a 10% increase in price, quantity demand fall by 15%. Then how much will be the price elasticity of demand? If directly question is given, 15%, this is 10%. How much it is?
1.5.
1.5, that is minus 1.5, because one is falling, the other is increasing. There is a fall, minus 15%, means there is a fall in quantity, fall in quantity due to plus 10 or increase by 10% in price of the commodity. So what we are getting, one minus, we will take the mod value, no doubt, 1.5 price elasticity of demand. Now tell me, if one is given from these three, if one is given, one is not given, can you find out? If price elasticity of demand is equal to minus 1.5 or mod 1.5, then you can say we will take the absolute value or the mod value, okay? But you have to write that minus sign to show that there is a change in direction, because one is moving in one direction, the other is moving in other direction. If one is increasing, the other is decreasing between the two variables. So we will have a minus sign, no doubt. Okay, but we'll take the absolute value. Now if price elasticity of demand, you see, along the demand curve we will calculate like this: price is increasing, P1 to B2, quantity will fall from Q1 to Q2. Then we can find out price elasticity demand in this way. And what we will find out, that price elasticity is always will always have a negative value, but we will take the mod value of it. Negative value is not due to its actual value, but it is due to the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Okay, then we can say that elasticity is actually a dimensionless concept, means mod value we will take, it will be a, in percentage. So how can it be a minus percentage? Because it is really a percentage, how much is there. So we will take the mod value. Then another is the coefficient elasticity is ordered according to absolute value as opposed to algebraic value. Means we will have elasticity of minus 2 is greater than elasticity of minus 1. Means minus 2 is greater than minus 1 if product's elasticity is written as minus 2 and 1 is given as minus 1, which is greater, which is more, minus 2 will be more, because we will take the mod value. This is because we will take the mod value for it, then 2 is greater than 1. If we are not taking the mod value and the elasticity is having a negative value, then minus 1 should be greater than minus 2. But what we do actually, we take the absolute value. Price elasticity of demand cannot be a negative one. Price elasticity of demand ranges from 0 to infinity. So what we will find, but we will always get a minus sign because of the inverse relationship between price of the commodity and its quantity demanded. Followed? It has a negative value. That is why you will always get a negative sign in it, because that negative sign shows the inverse relationship or opposite relationship or inverse relationship between the two variables, independent variable and the dependent variable, or price and quantity demanded. Now come to how we calculate the percentage change. Calculate the percentage change and tell me what will be price elasticity of demand. If you will calculate it through the normal method or standard method, what we call standard method, if economy is, write down question, if the starting point is A and end point is B. If starting point is A and end point is B, calculate price elasticity of demand. Calculate price elasticity of demand. Write down the first value. Just put it as a first value. P1 is 20. P2 is 25. Okay. End value of start value is 20. and end value of price is 25. P1 is 20, P2 is 25, Q1 is 12, Q2 is 8. Calculate price elasticity of demand. What is the percentage change in price? Calculate percentage change in quantity demand by percentage change in price. Calculate and tell me. Percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. Price is equal to price elasticity of demand. Calculate and tell me from A to B is how much and from B to A is how much. Means B is the starting point. Then it will be how much. Calculate and tell. One example is given. Change in price is given. Then how much? Then price is how much? Then divide it and tell me how much price elasticity of demand.
Ma'am, minus
1.3.
1.33.
Minus 1.3.
Yes, ma'am.
Minus 1.3 is price elasticity of demand.
Yes, ma'am.
Moving from A to B, then calculate what will be the price elasticity of demand. If you are moving from B to A, if B is the starting point and A is the end point, what will be price elasticity of demand? Percentage change in quantity demand by percentage change in price. In standard method, how much will be the price elasticity of demand?
Ma'am, minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5. Anybody else? Girls, where are you?
Minus 0.4.
Percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. What will be price elasticity of demand? Minus 0.4 is wrong.
Minus
Yes.
2.5. Minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5. Okay. So what we understood here that this is the answer. So if you are moving from A to B, the standard method gives different answers depending on where you start. Means moving from A to B, if you are calculating price elasticity of demand, you will get price percentage change in price, or we can say percentage change in P is equal to 25%, percentage change in Q equal to minus 33%. Okay, means Q is falling minus 33%. So price elasticity is equal to minus 33 by 25 minus 1.33. You will take after this the mod value, that is mod of 1.33. Okay, that is the absolute value we will take. Then it is not written here, you have to write that mod of 1.33. So that is the price elasticity of demand when we are moving from one A to B. Now if we are moving from B to A, means price was 25 initially and it decreases to 20, so that quantity was 8 initially and it is moving to or increasing to 12, then what happened to price elasticity of demand? Price elasticity of demand will be different. Different means price is falling by 20% where quantity is rising by 50%. Okay, 8 to 12 means how much rise? 50% rise. 25 to 20 means This is a 20% fall in price. So what we can write? For a fall of 20% in price, quantity demand increases by 50%. What is price elasticity of demand? So price elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demand by percentage change in price. 50 by 20, that is equal to 2.50. 1 will definitely be minus, so you will get a minus sign. But you will take, this minus is not the value on the number line. That means it is not minus 2.50 in the negative scale. We are not taking that. Only we are getting this minus sign because of the inverse relationship between the two variables. So what we will write, we will take the mod value, that is 2.50. Now what, due to this problem, when you are moving on a demand curve, the two values will be different. When you move from A to B, one point to another, or from another, where depending on your start point, you will have different values. To overcome this problem, we will use the average method or the midpoint method. Follow? So midpoint method formula is same. The finding price elasticity is same, but to get that percentage change in quantity demand by percentage change in price. But to find out the percentage change, we will use the midpoint method. Means end value minus start value divided by, instead of start value, we will take the average. Average means midpoint value. Midpoint value means end value plus start value by 2. Okay, into 100. So what we are finding, instead of taking the end value, if you are taking the midpoint value, then whether you are moving from A to B or you move from B to A does not matter. You will get only one answer. So that is why we are using this. And what is midpoint method? Write this formula for midpoint method. The midpoint method formula, price elasticity of demand is equal to Q2 minus Q1 by Q2 plus Q1 by 2 into 100. Into 100 into 100 has been cancelled. You can, okay, so Q2 minus Q1 by whole divided by Q2 plus Q1 by 2 whole divided by P2 minus P1 by P2 plus P1 by 2 into 100. So into 100 into 100 has been cancelled. So what we will find is your price elasticity of demand. We can calculate in this way. And where Q1 is your initial quantity, Q2 is the new quantity, P1 is the initial price, and P2 is the new price, change price. Now calculate price elasticity of demand in your original, moving from A to B. Calculate price elasticity of demand if you move from A to B in midpoint method, and tell me how much it will be. How much will be price elasticity of demand in your midpoint method? How much it is? Percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. But just use the midpoint method to calculate the percentage change instead of the normal method. And tell me how much it will be.
Minus 1.8.
Yeah, minus
Minus
1.8.
2.2.
Yeah, we will take the mod value of that. Everybody got the same answer?
Ma'am, but this is different answer that we get from previous one.
What happened?
Ma'am, but this is the different answer. No, this is different from the previous one.
How much? Yeah, you are getting the previous
Ma'am,
one.
now, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You will get the different answer because you are getting a midpoint method instead of the standard method, but this will be same irrespective of your starting point. Okay, so we will use the midpoint method always. We will use the midpoint method always. Followed? Everybody has understood how to calculate this in midpoint method. You will get questions on this. You see? So if I give the answer, this is the answer. Percentage change in price is equal to 25 minus 20 divided by 25 plus 20 by 2. That is the average or midpoint into 100. So 22.2%. Percentage change in Q is quantity is 8 minus 12 by 8 plus 12 by 2 into 100. That is minus 40%. So price elasticity will be minus 1.8 mod value of that. Everybody understood? Or
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there any doubt? Everybody understood? Give me some response. Yes or
Yes, ma'am.
no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So simple, instead of going for our standard method, we will be using this midpoint method always or average method always, so that we will not face any problem when you are moving or starting with any point. Okay, whether you are moving from A to B or B to A, you will get the same answer. So now come to the second page, that is what we are finding here. What is the different variety of demand curves we can have? One is your inelastic demand. When we call demand is inelastic, when we call demand is elastic. Inelastic means no change or very slight change. When we are talking that, how we define it, quantity demand does not respond strongly to price change. Inelastic means that. Inelastic means when percentage change in quantity demand is less than percentage change in price. Then we call the demand is inelastic. Then price elasticity of demand is less than 1. Okay, that less than 1 means does not have a negative value. Less than 1 means between 0 and 1. Less than 1 means in between 0 and 1. Forward. So price elasticity, or we can say the demand, is said to be inelastic or relatively inelastic and perfectly inelastic, depend on whether it is 0 or whether it is less than 1. Less than 1 means between 0 and 1. Okay, then the demand is inelastic. For a larger change in price, suppose price increases by 10%, quantity demand will fall by less than 10%. Suppose 10% is the standard we are taking, the price of a commodity is increasing. Similarly, if price decreases by 10%, quantity demand increases but by less than 10%, then the commodity is having relatively inelastic demand. Follow? Now come to the elastic demand. What is an elastic demand? The quantity demand responds strongly to change in price. Means for a small change in price, there will be large change in quantity demand. For any percentage change in quantity demand is more than percentage change in price. Price increases, let's say by 10%, quantity demand will fall greater than 10%. Then we say the price elasticity is elastic in nature, or the commodity is having a relatively elastic demand. Then next is price elasticity of demand will be always greater than 1. Greater than 1 means greater than 1 but less than infinity, more than 1. So depending on this, we will have different varieties of demand curve, like the flatter. In case of demand curve diagram, flatter the curve, bigger will be elasticity, steeper the curve, smaller will be. Now write down 5 cases of price elasticity of demand. How you will draw the diagrams? These diagrams you must draw in your copy. Just write down, then I am explaining. Draw the diagram. Price elasticity of demand will be perfectly inelastic. Okay, first case is perfectly inelastic demand. Write the heading, perfectly inelastic demand. And how we define that? For any change in price, there is no change in quantity demand, then it is called perfectly inelastic demand. Price increases or decreases does not matter. Quantity demand does not change at all. Suppose for example, and then demand curve is a vertical straight line. Demand curve is vertical straight line. Here you are having a vertical demand curve which is parallel to y-axis, and what we are getting? Elasticity is 0. E by EP, elasticity we write as EP. So EP will be equal to 0. Okay, so EP is equal to 0. Elasticity, no change in quantity demand. Can you tell any commodity which will having this type of elasticity in the market? Can you tell? Can you think of? Can you think of any commodity which has this type of demand, that whatever may be the change in price, people's purchase of the good do not change, does not change?
Ma'am, our basic means.
Yes?
Our basic means like rice.
Suppose I am talking about medicine, life-saving drugs. Life-saving drugs or salt. Okay, so if the price of the product will increase or decrease does not matter, the quantity demand will remain same. If family is buying, let's say 1 kg of salt, so whatever may be the salt price, if the salt price increase or decrease, that does not mean the family will buy more or less. It may be in perfectly or nearly inelastic demand. Okay, perfectly inelastic means does not change at all. Suppose a medicine, life-saving drug means suppose insulin for a diabetic patient. So whatever he is taking, it has to be consumed by the buyer. So whatever may be the price of the good, price of the medicine, he has to consume it. So demand will be constant. Demand will be, suppose he is taking two tablets in a day, or 2 injections in a day, then he has to take that much. That does not mean whatever should be the change in price. How you get price elasticity is equal to 0 in this case, because percentage change in quantity demand is 0, 0 by something is 0. Percentage change in price is suppose 10%, This 10% is just an example. So you take any percentage for any 0% change in quantity demand by any percent change in price. So then then we are getting something by 0 by something is 0. So second case, relatively inelastic demand. When demand is relatively inelastic, okay, one is perfectly inelastic, second one is relatively inelastic. Means for a small change in price, there is a small change in quantity. So price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in Q. I'll just draw them. This is a normal demand curve, which is not a linear one, but a non-linear one, concave one. So what we are getting here, you can put anything like this or your normal linear demand curve, doesn't matter. So price elasticity is percentage change in Q by percentage change in P. So for any 10% change in P, when quantity changes by less than 10%, then price elasticity is said to be less than 1. Less than 1 means between 0 and 1. Less than 1, but not less than 0, but less than 1 means between 0 and 1. So the curve is relatively steep. So price insensitive or elasticity is less than 1. The third case we can have unit elastic demand. Unit elastic demand means when percentage change in quantity demand is just equal to percentage change in price. That means if price of the commodity increases by 10%, the quantity demand of the commodity decreases by exactly by 10%, we can say price elasticity is equal to 1 or unitary or unity or having unit elastic demand, whatever you say. And what will have, we are showing that in your diagram. If price fall from P1 to P2, quantity increases from Q1 to Q2, which is both are 10%. Elasticity equal to 1. This may be one case of unit elastic demand. Now let's go to the next point, relative elastic demand. Price elasticity is percentage change in Q, quantity demand by percentage change in price, where percentage change in Q, for any 10% change in price, percentage change in quantity is greater than 10%. Price elasticity is here greater than 1. Greater than 1 and less than infinity. So what we are getting? The demand curve is relatively flat. Price elasticity is very sensitive. And one more thing, in case of relatively inelastic demand, when we are talking about a relatively inelastic demand, example of this type of goods are necessary goods. This is the case of relatively inelastic demand, when price increases by more percentage and quantity demand will decrease by less than proportionately or by less percentage, then we say the commodity is having relatively inelastic demand. Example are all necessary goods, day-to-day use goods, agricultural products like rice, wheat and all that. So those goods which are necessary for consumption, these are having relatively inelastic demand. Even if your price increases, your quantity demand will may fall, but by very less amount. Suppose a person is buying 5 kg of rice in a month, then if price increases, he need to survive with that. So his consumption of rice may decrease to some extent, but his consumption of other things may increase. So what will happen? It may decrease, but by 1 kg or 500 grams or like that, means very less. So usually it is found that in case of relatively inelastic demand, if the product is having, then the change in quantity demand is very less or less in proportionately or than the price of the commodity, change in price of the commodity. So what we are finding here is, in case of relatively elastic demand, the quantity demand will increase by more than or larger than the percentage change in price. So what we will get, the quantity demand in percentage will be greater than the change in percentage in quantity in price of the commodity. These are the cases of luxury goods. Luxury goods like car. Sometimes the seller use this, that by offering only 1% or 2% off, they know that they can increase their sale by 20% or 50%. Like offering 5,000 or 10,000 off in a car. Just when we are talking about, suppose 5 lakhs car and 20,000 off, then the increase in sale, increase in supply can be found, or increase in demand can be found. So when we are talking about relatively elastic demand, usually these are the case of luxury goods. Okay, or when it is required, they can defer, the purchase of this, or when it is the case of the relative fall in price, people will buy more. Okay, greater than proportionately, and the elasticity is greater than 1. The last one is the demand elasticity of demand can be perfectly elastic demand, or can be perfectly elastic. When demand curve is a horizontal curve, there is no change in price, but there is high change in quantity demand. Means, because how we define it, for no change in price, quantity demand increases infinitely. Then we can say percentage change in quantity demand for any 0% increase in price or decrease in price or change in price, there is any percentage, there can be any percentage change in quantity, then it is the quantity demand is said to be infinite and perfectly elastic demand. Demand curve P remaining constant, Q may increase from Q1 to Q2 to Q3 or whatever it is. And this we cannot say that goods and services are type of good, but in different situations. Suppose the buyers are expecting that there will be some natural calamities, or there will be war, or any, in case of any difficult situation, or we can say abnormal situation, or we can say extraordinary situation, the demand for goods and services may behave in this way. Okay, or consumer may behave in such a way that they buy goods and services without any cause, or we can say due to future expectation. If they expect a future rise in the price, or future fall in the price, or goods will not be available in future, so with the situation of expectations, they buy goods and services like this. So the price elasticity of demand in this case is infinity, and when we say the demand curve will be a horizontal demand curve, and the price elasticity is very high. Okay, so we can say price change with no change in price or very small change in price. What we are getting about price elasticity of demand and its range, perfectly inelastic. First one, EP is equal to 0. Any change in price does not bring any change in quantity demand. Second case, relatively inelastic demand, when EP is less than 1 and greater than 0. Okay, so EP is less than 1, that is between 0 and 1. Proportionate change, for any proportionate change in price is greater than proportionate change in quantity demand. Either you can write proportionate, or you can write percentage. Okay, then unitary elastic demand, proportionate for any percentage change in price, results an equal of proportionate or percentage change in quantity demand. It is equal to 1. That is when we are finding the price elasticity demand as 1. So relatively elastic demand, when proportionate change in quantity demand is greater than proportionate change in price. Quantity demand is greater than price, greater than percentage change in price, greater than 1. EP is greater than 1. So perfectly elastic demand means EP is equal to infinity, and demand is significantly, even if there is no change in price. So, what determines price elasticity? Determinants. Okay. For example, Mountain Dew and salt. One example, price of both of these goods increases by 30%. Tell me which of the commodities demand will fall sharply or maximum? Mountain Dew and salt. Tell me. Which quantity demand will fall?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain.
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Why?
Because it is not the
डर के
necessary
आगे
item.
जीत है.
Yeah, this is not a necessary good, and when we are comparing it with salt, salt is a very necessary good, so its demand may not be very fluctuating, or we can say the demand. So Mountain Dew has lots of close substitutes also. Another factor is close substitutes are available. If you are not eating the proper the Mountain Dew, you can drink any other thing. So buyer can switch up to another thing. But in case of salt, there is no close substitute. As well as we can say this is a necessary good, and also close substitute is not available. So the demand will be perfectly inelastic. Demand will not change at all. So perfectly elastic, price elasticity is higher or more when close substitutes are available. Second one, the price elasticity of both the goods. If trouser and clothing, the price of both the goods rises by 30%. For which good you think quantity demand will drop the most, and why? Anybody? If we are talking about trousers and clothing, if price increases by 30%, which will fall more? Any idea?
Trousers.
Trousers. Okay, so you are good buyer. You can choose properly. Good market researcher. So for a narrowly defined good, narrowly defined means for a particular brand or particular type, when the type is limited, you will have different substitute of it. Clothing means in general, you cannot go without clothes. So what will happen? There are fewer substitutes are available for them. So the price will, whatever may be the price, clothing will not be, people will buy clothing, no doubt about it. But so price elasticity is higher for narrowly defined good, means narrowly defined good like trousers, means who are coming to a particular brand or particular category, then we say that price elasticity is higher, means response will be higher, means for a small change in price, increase in price, there will be large decrease in quantity demand and quantity supply. When it is a broadly defined good like food, I'll say food and biscuits. I'll say clothing and trouser or shirts or t-shirts. There are different categories. So price elasticity will be higher. Now one is medicine and sports car. Tell me where the price will fall more if it is 30% increase in both. Medicine and sports car.
And sports car.
Sports car, because sports car are luxury goods, whereas medicine are necessary goods. Another thing is sports car is a luxury good. Price elasticity is higher for luxury goods and than for necessary goods. For necessary goods, it is inelastic. Inelastic means will not change much. Price fall, that does not mean you will buy more of the good. You will only require as much as you are buying every month. Okay, ration. That's why you must be finding ration are almost same quantity and same brand for many families years together. Okay. So this is how we know about price elasticity of demand. And another thing is in short run and in long run, suppose gasoline price decreases and increases. So what will happen? Price elasticity is higher in the long run than in the short run. That means suppose petrol price increases, what will happen to the elasticity of petrol? Price of gasoline or price of petrol increases, then quantity will drop more in the short run than in the long run, or opposite. Price elasticity is higher, then what will happen? The price will fall more in the long run than in the short run. Short run supply cannot increase and demand cannot change. And for this is a normally it is a necessary good, but in the long run people can change their interest, change, find out some new source of energy. Instead of petrol, they may be used to they may be using the electrical bikes or anything. So what will happen in short run? Usually in short run, it is more inelastic, demand is more inelastic, but in long run, demand is more elastic. Thank you very much. We will discuss in the next class.